Hello, world. Welcome to Pardon the Politics podcast, season 3, episode 8. I am your co-host Jeezy, along with my brother and my partner in politics, Manny. My brother, how you doing on this fine day?
Man, I am blessed and highly favored. How are you doing?
Hey, man, I can't call it, man. I'm glad to be, as you have said many times, I'm glad to be seen and not viewed, my brother.
Not viewed, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Want to welcome back with us as always, the chairman of chaos, our brother Chuck. How you doing, brother?
Man, it feels good to be in the midst of like-minded, well-rounded brothers.
Amen, brother. Amen.
In the sight and the glory of the Lord.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey, I'm glad to be back with you guys recording another episode. To our listeners, welcome. We glad you are tuning in to another episode of Pardon the Politics. Before we kick into our topics,
USA. 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 Yes.
Look, I was about to do an eagle screech, but
so I should have had the sound. I should have had the sound effect queued up for the U.S. on their victory against Canada for gold in men's hockey. I believe it's been like 40 some years or something like
since
that.
1980.
Yeah, 1980, man. Woo. 1980 since we last won gold. And look, man, kudos to Team USA. You know, if for any of you listeners of the pod, you guys know that I'm a big hockey fan, and the U.S. had a squad. But on paper, that Canadian squad is a problem.
Big problem.
Is a problem. And they were very much so a problem that entire game for the U.S. So shout out to Connor Hellebuck, who finally was able to get over the hump and actually win a major game, because that's when one of his the big things that they've always said about him is like, yeah, you're great in the regular season, but he gets in the playoffs and collapses. So for him to finally win one, but this is what I also realized, and I think I always knew this, but losing in team sports in the Olympics at the gold medal game has to be one of the worst experience in athletics.
Absolute worst. I don't listen. I don't care what anybody says. This whole, I'm not even gonna go on my diatribe about sportsmanship, but I'm such a cynic. But yeah, that's the absolute worst. To get there at the doorstep, and with this match, for those who don't know, it went to overtime, and it going to overtime, Canada dominated that game.
Absolutely.
Dominated.
Absolutely.
And I'm not as big as a hockey fan as Manny is. I am a hockey fan. I'm a sports fan in general. And as the boys have stated before, during this time of the year, Olympics, Winter Olympics, Summer Olympics, World Cup, you get very national country
patriotic.
With asterisks. I was about to say, the asterisks on that patriotic nature. But yeah, and so I tend to keep up with it a lot. Like I said, I'm a sports guy, and it was dope that the women won in the same fashion, 2-1 in overtime against Canada. And for the men to win like this, and the dope thing about the women, there's only been 2 winners for the gold medal.
U.S. and Canada.
That's the only 2. The only 2. That's Canada crazy. Has 5. The U.S. has 3, and it was very exciting.
The gold in the women's.
Do the women fight like the men do?
No. Well, technically, in international play, you're not supposed to fight. If you fight, you get thrown out.
Yeah, we did have one fight this Olympics though.
Yeah, between Canada and France, there was a tussle. I won't even really call it a fight.
True. It was a tussle. It was a basketball fight.
Right. No, that is the most accurate description of it. It was a basketball fight, and but the women's game is definitely more finesse, and like I feel like in the women's game, the players don't like each other just a little bit more.
Facts. That seems like most women's sports. They really don't be liking each other, bro.
Not at all. And the overtime winner for the women's game, from my standpoint, I was the sicker goal of the 2 goals. But if you're a Canadian right now, you got to be sick.
You're sick across the board.
Because imagine here in the U.S., so that game happened 8 a.m. on the East Coast. Done by 10.
Start time. Yep.
At best case scenario, half of the country cares about it or even knows that it happened.
But that's a high percentage.
It's super high. But in Canada, everybody knew. Everyone knew that y'all lost. And then for the players to have to sit on the ice while USA is celebrating and then have to get they did the camera down the line as they were getting their their silver medals, and they were sick. And I was
hurt cam.
Big hurt cam.
I mean, well, at least they're not hurt alone. I mean, the men and the women, they get their hurt together, go back home and console each other.
Here's the crazy part. So the Colorado Avalanche sent 8 players in total over to the Olympics. And in this game, they had 3 playing on the Canadian side and 1 playing on the American side. So next week, you got to go back to work with your silver medal, looking at my gold medal, while there's other players who got no medals who are just like, They asked the Avalanche's captain, they're like, who are you rooting for? He's like, I'm not really rooting for any of them. They're on their own now. Sweden lost. So, but yeah, kudos to USA Hockey for climbing to the top of the world, and Edwards from Team USA Women's being the first African American woman to win a gold medal in ice hockey. I was really hoping it was going to be one of my girls, but we're going to be looking for some Edwards jerseys here shortly.
Hey, the path has been paved, brother.
Yep.
Hey, man, shout out to the U.S. Shout out to the U.S. So,
well, speaking of path being paved.
Before we begin on our topics for today, we certainly want to acknowledge the passing of Reverend Jesse Jackson, a influential civil rights leader and former government informant, passed away at the age of 84 this past week. Bruh.
Jesse's got a complex legacy, man.
Hey, look.
First and foremost,
hold on. Let me say this, man. For our listeners, while we do respect Jesse Jackson, I want y'all to understand that coals, they get fired up, they get red hot, and they get raked under anybody.
Equal opportunity raking.
If I gotta applaud your achievements, I gotta comment on your failures. And
big facts.
Brother Jesse had a few. Now, he was looked at as a bridge figure from the era of Martin Luther King to modern day democratic policies, politics, and civil rights. But he had a bit of a checkered past. He had some runs at being trying to run as president. I believe it was 1984 and 1988. I think 88 was the one that probably he got the most wind out of. I think he won multiple primaries in 1988, if I'm not mistaken.
88 he won 11 states and 13. Oh, 13? Okay.
It was 13, yeah.
But a couple of those states being South Carolina and Louisiana, like usually South Carolina gives a lot of people some wind under their sails so they can keep flying. But yeah, he finished second to Michael Dukakis. And that's got to hurt too, losing to someone with the last name Dukakis. but very much paved the way in a lot of ways politically for people to be able to advance politically. Like, he was largely considered to be the first serious black candidate nationally for a party nomination. And to think about, like, after Jesse, it's a large gap between Jesse and we got Obama.
Yeah, I was about to say, before we got Barack Obama, we had old Jesse Jackson. Now, Trump, he had comments about Jesse's passing, and he bigged up his boy Jesse, saying they were very close friends. And they shared a very common hatred for Barack Obama. Which is wild that first of all, Trump is crazy, because my homeboy, my homeboy passed away, and I'm like, hey man, mourning the loss of a powerful figure, my brother. We worked really close together, did a lot of things together from a business perspective, and yada yada yada. But then I throw in there, but we hated so and so. We ain't like him at all.
At all. At all.
Further cementing what the boys have said on here, the disdain that Trump has for Barack Hussein Obama. The emphasis he put on Hussein is hilarious.
It'd be killing me. It'd be killing me, bro. But he had to make sure he threw that punchline in there for Obama. And Jesse, and I had to go look back, and me and Manny were talking. All three of us actually were talking in pre-show, and I was like, "Hey, wasn't there a moment like in 2008 where he said something like he wanted to clip Obama,
castrate?" Yes.
And I had to go back and look, but I remember there was a moment in 2008 where he was caught on a hot mic saying that he wanted to cut Obama's nuts off, which he later apologized. But then I was like, well, that further confirmed what Trump was saying. Trump won't lie; he didn't like him.
It wasn't talked about a lot, but and we're not caping for Trump. But he sometimes, in his jibber jabber, he spews the truth.
Mm-hmm. Comes twice a day. The clock is right.
At least twice a day.
Everything Grandpa saying ain't wrong.
No.
Now you could have had a way better way to say it, but
But Jesse certainly again had a checker past. Though he had some anti-Semitic moments. Speaking about comments about New York during the 1984. Presidential campaign, and you know how that go. You can't say no words against and then his time with religion.
Never mind. Never mind. The show must go on.
He had some issues with he was viewed kind of to have some criticism with his connections to Louis Farrakhan. We know how he's viewed in the government light. Again,
and the Semites.
Yep, we know how that goes. And then he had some personal scandals of his own. I believe he had fathered a child outside of his marriage,
out of wedlock. Yes, sir.
So Jesse had some moments, but who don't?
He's a complex human being like all of us, like
all of us, brother.
There's a lot more complex, definitely not like all of us, like. But
we all got different levels of complexities.
We all are complex in different ways, and Jesse was able to carry on a lot of what he learned from Martin and the squad that rolled with Martin. The work that the Rainbow Push organization, deeply impactful, that we will continue to feel and benefit from. Oh man,
yes.
A lot of stuff that we're seeing now is built off of the backs of him and countless others and what they did in the movement and his organizations. So for that, I think he was very deserving of the Presidential Medal of Freedom Award that he got from William Clinton.
Will. I ain't gonna call him Bill. Will. Freaky Will. I do want to say, and I'm not gonna speak ill of the dead. I've had my time when he was alive. One of my favorite stories, speaking of those who he worked with in the civil rights movement, is hearing the story of Hosea Williams. And if you don't know who Hosea Williams is, if you're black, it's Black History Month, get yourself together. Number two, just find out, period. But he was one of the crew with Dr. King, Ralph David Abernathy, and that crew. And he speaks on the happenings when Dr. King was assassinated and, everything that is with that. And we're not going to draw this out, but pull it up on YouTube. Hosea Williams speaks on his loss of respect for Jesse Jackson. It's a very interesting story from someone who was right there. And Hosea Williams is very revered. He's from Atlanta. There's several streets named, well, one particular street named after him in Atlanta. So yeah, but to Manny's point, Jesse Jackson deserves his regard. He deserves the flowers for the work that he did do. And so,
but some of them flowers got some thorns.
oh yeah, some of them got thorns.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
But roses won't be roses without the thorns. So, yeah.
No, they still roses.
Just cut the thorns off.
Yeah.
That's right.
But I will say one gripe, and then we'll move on, that I have about this. I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was a request to have the flags lowered in honor of Jesse that Mike Johnson had, I believe, rejected.
Yes.
And, it kind of, I'm not going to say necessarily struck a nerve, but I kind of just made me like, okay, we still at this, because when we had the passing or the assassination, murder of Charlie Kirk, it was everybody is, we got to put him half mass, and they were talking about laying him to rest, in DC and all this, and we see someone who is, regardless of how you view Jesse Jackson, was very, very influential in the work that he did, that, as the boys have stated, that will go years past his death and his legacy. And you have the president who speaks so highly of this man, but why aren't the flags lowered for him? But they can for a person that we look at like Charlie Kirk. I don't understand that. So
Preach, preacher.
I'm not gonna gripe on it too much, but I think if you're gonna speak so highly of a man, don't talk, as we say all the time, don't talk my head off, show me. If you revered him that much, if he was someone that you deemed as so influential in moving the movement forward, then why is it that possible for somebody that has done this great work versus a man who cannot measure nowhere near to the work that this individual has done? So I'll leave it at that. So rest well, Jesse. I said it in the group chat, and I'm gonna say it here. Yo, what y'all think? The first thing Martin Luther King gonna say to Jesse when he see him in heaven? Well, on to our first topic of the day. Bruh, we have something that we had spoke about on the pod here, that we had called, that we knew was gonna happen. Tried to tell Trump it was gonna happen, but obviously Trump don't listen to the pod.
At least not in detail enough.
Yeah. You got to get past like the first 15, 20 minutes to get to where you need to get to, Trump. So, I know your attention span ain't long enough because you don't read your briefs, but you got to listen to the pod, bro. Baby, look, sleep. But on the 20th of this month, a decision was made in the case of Learning Resources Incorporated versus Trump. And in this was the decision about the tariffs that Trump has used, basically like a Pokemon card, to get his way around doing whatever he wants to do and forcing his hand of any country that he's dealing with. But the Supreme Court ruled with a 6-3 majority ruling that President Trump did not have legal authority, we try to tell you, to impose broad tariffs under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, a sanctions law not designed to authorize sweeping trade taxes. And Trump was not happy at all.
Boy, he was hot. He was hot.
So, my brothers, what's your thoughts on this ruling?
I mean, I'm unsurprised by the ruling. I was shocked that it ended up being 6-3.
You thought it would be a little closer?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be 5-4. I didn't know. My biggest question was around Amy Coney Barrett, about where she was going to go, because I thought she was, in my head, she was a no. But
ain't Amy the one that always be trying to get out of giving her vote?
She has stepped aside, and rescued herself. But you know what? I would rather her rescue herself than to be kind of like a Clarence who was like, "Oh yeah, I went to dinner with them, But anyways, here's why I'm voting in favor of that.
Oh, don't get me started on that.
Hey, I just got off my yacht that was gifted to me by this company, and let me go ahead and rule on them. Like, please rescue yourself. Please continue to do that. But yeah, I was happy to see the ruling. They were, from my standpoint, they were correct.
Yeah.
And people have been saying, like, brother Massey, brother Rand Paul has been up here saying it for a while. Like, the power to levy tariffs lies with the legislative branch.
Yep.
Now, Trump is also acting very much like the Mecklenburg County sheriff, and not showing a good education of what the three branches of government are and what they do. But Trump, you are part of the executive branch.
Yep.
This is a legislative power.
Yep.
So I'm unsurprised. Now, the response to it is what had me cackling in the background. And again, a lot of this stuff would be a whole lot funnier if it wasn't happening to us.
Bruh.
But for him to come out and saying, oh, y'all said that I can't do it? Well, who's going to stop me? 10% more.
Bruh.
And then
he raised it up again?
Then went and took a nap and said, nah, run that back, 15. What? What are you doing here?
Insane.
I just don't understand. He basically, they asked him what he thought, and Trump can't hold his words, but for so long, he basically ended up saying that if you really want to know what he thinks, he said that those that voted against him, they're a disgrace to their families, and they are not American. and then tried to favorite part. Right, and then somehow tried to spin it that they were doing this in the name of international connections and ties that were, looking to seek harm to the American people, and I'm like. No, you are harming the American.
Yes.
But here's what I also think happened when he was reading that. I think there's a chance that they mixed up the notes because Trump had a bad week. This was not a great week.
Yeah, it was a tough one
for him. So I think they mixed up his response, his read response for the Epstein files, and this. I think they mixed them up, and that's why it came out a little bit stronger than at least I was expecting out of Trump.
So here's my take on it, and I would be a terrible brother if I did not do this before giving my response. My good brother Manny, it's recuse, not rescue, but I got you.
Oh yeah, sorry, recuse.
I got you.
There's a reason I'm a computer science major.
It's a big platform. I got you.
Don't put the word recuse.
but
y'all read about it.
And they can't say yay. So yee what? He got all off track though. Yeah, to the point that the boys have made, we expected this. We had seen this coming and had wondered and even openly talking about on the pod of what Trump would do when this happened. And in this, him coming back and saying, okay, they say I can't do it this way, I'm going to do it that way, and I'm going to slap these additional tariffs on there. We've told y'all, what is this Congress going to do? I'm sick of these cowards of Congress. Like, the Supreme Court, and I agree with Manny, I thought it was going to be 5-4. I was blown away that it was 6-3. That was the shocker to me. But Congress, grow some chest hair. Bruh. Get some machismo about yourself. and you have a Supreme Court justice who was appointed by Trump, who goes on to say, having legislative disclosure and discussion is paramount to the success of our country.
Yep.
Why don't y'all step up?
He basically telling y'all stop being cowards.
Yes,
do your job.
He's laying it out there. Hey, we gave our end of it to give our pushback. It's your turn. And and again, crickets.
Nothing.
Crickets.
And even though Trump went on to say, they said, well, sir, if you want to do these tariffs, why not go and do it the right way? Like, just go through Congress. And he sat right on that mic and said, I don't need to talk to them. I don't need to go through Congress.
What I need them for?
What do I need them for? Like, that is the wildest thing that you
That's
have
either
a person
him saying
overstepping and y'all are okay with it.
That's either him saying out loud that this is just a rubber stamp, so I'm going to do it and they're going to rubber stamp me later, or I have complete control, or they're not going to stop me. And I don't know which of those three that we're seeing right now. Now, I think it is fair to say, currently, right now, Congress is not in session. They don't get back to Washington, I think, till this week.
Because somebody can still make a statement.
Someone can make a statement. Well, the people have been making statements. Now, how much they're suppressed?
Well, there is that CBS controversy about. Yeah, brother. It's a very valid point.
All he did, and here's again the game that Trump plays. And I feel like it's going to put in another situation in bind when we talk about where this money now goes to. But all he did was just do the 10 and 15% under a different statute. He went under Section 122 of the Trade Act of 1974, whatever that is. But I'm pretty sure he ain't right in that either, which leads me to believe who is advising you to do these things that are.
Oh, I know. I know. So two things.
The Miller?
No, it's Vault.
Okay.
It is Vault.
Oh, yeah.
Vault has sent him and I can't think of the other guy's name. They sat back and I think I mentioned this before, when they lost re-election. And they've been plotting and writing these things out for a few years to fight and to make these different things happen. And, the Trade Act of 74, he only has it for 150 days to enact this. There are certain things in place where he does have the power to do this, which y'all said on the pod before. He's limited in his time frame and being able to do these things unless Congress gives him approval. To Manny's point, either y'all going to rubber stamp him or you're going to coward.
Yeah.
Trump is not making these moves without smart people in the background directing them.
Handing him the cue cards.
That's all this is. And then they're blowing smoke up his butt, making him feel special and believing, hey, you're this overlord, you're this emperor, great Trump. Here, we figured it out how you could look so amazing and excellent, and of course he's gonna buy it if you gonna give him the tea, he gonna sip from it if it's Trump blended, and making him feel special.
So who's the real puppet?
Big facts. Big facts.
In the event that a Democrat takes over the White House, January 20th, 2029, we are going to see a record amount of executive orders coming out to undo all of these executive orders. And it is going to cause...
take you 2 weeks to do that.
It's going to cause...
signing.
Unless you got an auto pen.
Auto pen.
Hey, auto pen it all.
It is going to be, I would say, a period of instability,
bruh,
that we've not seen since this administration. Look, because so many things are going to get overturned in that time period. And I'm not in the event that a Democrat wins, I don't envision the Trump administration being very, I'll go with kind in terms of a transition of those agencies, because basically you win, that group immediately starts working on those executive orders, and you already got to think who you need in places to be able to execute them. It's going to destabilize our government at least through the first 3 months of that new administration. But that's also why we do things legislatively. When Obama wanted to get rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, could he have done it by executive order? Yes. But he also knew, he's been out on record saying he knew, people have said he knew that it could be overly and quickly overturned. So that's why he did it legislatively.
That's because he's educated in the realm of law and knows what the hell he's doing.
And has a respect for people and our laws.
And the Constitution.
Yep. And Matty, you said it 1,000 times on this pod that, of no president should run this country off the back of executive orders, because it just creates a massive amount of issues down the road that I think you're 100% right in the destabilization of the country is that it's going to be a mess. And we've talked about people we believe may be the candidate from the Democratic side.
I hope not.
Man, I would hate. I know a name that we've thrown around is our brother Wes Moore. And while I like Wes, I don't want him to have to. I don't want him to go through it, bro. Hey, send one of them with 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door, and let them clean it up.
Yeah, let Wes be vice president.
Yeah. Look, Wes, you ain't got no hair to turn gray like Obama. I don't know what you're gonna do. You might just start getting darker shade or bags around your eyes or something.
Scalp gonna start wrinkling. He'll get that hot dog back in the back of his neck.
But here's the danger in that. Remember, that's why we elected Biden. Because we're like, we don't really want this for anybody, so let's get somebody who has 1 foot in and 1 foot out the door,
closer to the exit than the entrance.
And then if we're being kind of honest about it, Biden did the same thing Trump did in terms of not let me stay here as long as I can, knowing that he was not in a capacity to probably do it.
So, Manny. Well, we be
here. We be here.
I was actually having a conversation about a little more than a week ago with somebody in regards to Joe Biden and the parallel with him and Trump. And there is a lot more similar than not between the two, unfortunately. And I am going to be sick this episode because it's going to be the second time I'm giving Trump and his cronies some credit.
Chuck, that's my job. That's I'm the lightning rod of hate there.
Yeah, but truth is true. You made a very valid point, Manny, when talking about the destabilization of a Democratic president if they were to sign all these executive orders. And the credit that I got to give is to Vault and those who were establishing the framework of this. They spent all of those years planning, setting up, researching, structuring everything to be in place. Project 2025 and the likes of that was a game plan that did not happen overnight. As soon as he lost, they started the structure of it. And although it so happened that Trump was the one to be able to come and play and run the game plan, they had it set for anybody.
Yeah.
No matter who it was that came in, we got this game plan set up and we have it in play. So it was plug and play. Whoever the face was, we can put him in place and we're gonna make this happen. It just so happened to be someone who had a disregard for what others thought and was egomaniacal to be able to say, I'll play the bad guy. I don't care. In fact, I thrive in the villainous role. So yeah, God, I hate giving them credit.
Hey, bro, you're absolutely right. I mean, whether it's Brock Purdy or Mac Jones, the system is
the offense going to offense.
Offense going to do the offense.
Shanahan goes to have it right, Rick.
It's still going to run. The system's still going to run, man. But one thing that was funny, and I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was something that was kind of circulating today, and somebody called in to C-SPAN.
Oh Lord!
I don't know if you guys heard this, but there was a man out of, I believe, Virginia named John Barron that called into the news show to give his thoughts on the ruling by the Supreme Court on the tariff. So I'm gonna play this clip for you guys.
Jeezy, did you pull my move and not click the button?
I'm about to say, did I pull the move? See, never put the game on pause. Just pass it on, bro. Pass it on, bro. I love technology, bro. Gotta love technology. I'm gonna try one more time, brother. Just
wait, here we go. Okay.
So let me do boom, click that, bam. All right.
I heard something start.
He tried. He tried.
You got it, brother. We do it like in the church.
In the church, let him use you. Let him use you.
Look, it ended.
But I heard the clip.
I didn't hear the clip, but I saw the headline.
I'll drop it in the group. But apparently, there was a man that called in to C-SPAN under the name John Barron from Virginia, and it sounded just like Trump.
Look,
bro, when I say identical, identical.
If it wasn't Donald Trump, then that is the best impression of Donald Trump that I've heard, ever. Ever. Like, it had to be. And apparently, it has been reported that he has used his name, John Barron, before whenever he was doing things that he wanted to kind of keep on the low and didn't want it to seem like it was him. But, I guess the Kevin Durant burner account type of situation or whatever. I guess that's what it's supposed to be. But he just goes on this rant about how the Supreme Court is wrong. And really, it's funny because he's almost saying the same thing that we saw Donald Trump say on TV. So one of the funniest marks wild. In there, he's like, Hakeem Jeffries doesn't know how to make a cheeseburger.
Right,
and I was like,
said that.
Where do we? What?
I say, that's a Trump insult.
Hakeem deserves all the smoke, but what?
Bro, he said, "Him man can't even make a cheeseburger. He's a dope." I said, yeah.
But to circle on the tariff thing, here's what got me. And I think we're getting ready to have a mini rant. These companies. So, I know we had Governor of Illinois,
Pritzker, something.
Y'all knew
Illinois?
Yeah, from Illinois.
Pritzker,
yeah.
That's him. Yeah.
He sent Trump a $8 billion bill for the tariffs, and companies have come out and said, well, Donald Trump needs to go ahead and refund our tariff money. And y'all, to date, this might be my strongest appeal to Donald Trump. And if Donald or John, if you were listening to me, I want you to hear me clearly. Don't give these companies back their money. No, you keep it. You keep it. Because these companies, for the last 5 years, have been running up these prices. Most of these tariff prices, y'all got this money back in 2021.
Preach, Reverend.
When y'all was running all this money. So, they know exactly what, they know exactly what they took, and I know exactly what y'all took. Give me my money back. Now, y'all been, we're going to raise these prices on American goods. For what? For what? They're all here in America. You're not importing anything. Y'all just saw an opportunity to raise these prices. No. So no, Donald, keep that money. Because y'all not going to pass it back for us. And then for the administration very wildly to say, we don't know how to refund it. Y'all know how to refund it. But until...
not when you don't know where the money is.
Also true. Also true. But keep the money. Because these companies have been going wild. So what you expect me to stay as a consumer is, I'm going to keep paying these high prices that you use the tariffs to jack up, and you're going to get your money back? So you get a double raise? Absolutely not.
Double portion.
Yeah, absolutely not. Twice. Not here.
2 times.
No. So Donald, President Trump, don't give these companies their money back. You know what would even be better?
We on his side.
Right. This we might call this episode, well, this feels strange.
Yep.
Yes.
Donald, here's what you should do with this tariff money.
Give us those tariff dividend checks.
Run that stimulus. You said we were going to get it anyways, and if you're giving it to the companies should be giving it back down to us. So just you know how to cut out the middleman. You've been doing,
man. He already said he forgot that he said that he was going to give us that $2,000 check. So I don't think it's coming, brother. They asked him about that.
No, man, he told us they were coming, man.
I said, who said that?
You got to believe, man. See, that's the problem. Y'all got to believe. It's coming.
Listen, man. But hold on. He a fan.
Let me sit down for. Sorry, I got a little too riled up. But yeah, don't give these companies. Don't give these companies their money back.
Hold on. I just had a realization. We don't need to get a check either.
No.
Because if we get a check, guess what's going to happen?
It's going to go right back to the companies.
We're just going to spend it with the companies.
Look, but at least I'll be able to get an annihilator and a pack of nabs.
Bro, why every time, bro, people get a check, the first thing they buy is a TV, bro. Can't nobody, everybody don't need all these TVs now.
But I'm not going to lie. My TV's kind of a little bit on the fritz, so I wouldn't mind getting a new TV.
Bro.
But...
Which leads me
so pretty, the colors.
Which leads me to we were a proper people.
This is my new favorite segment of the
show. I compiled a list, bro. I thought the other day. I seen a video on social media and it made me think about at times when we were proper people. And we were proper people, bro. When you could go to Walmart to buy a pet fish.
Bruh, that whole wall of
whole back, yep.
And then you get those 3 or 4 tanks that were the glow in the dark fish.
Yes, sir.
The beta fish.
We were proper people when McDonald's was inside of Walmart.
Bruh, I got another one for you.
Don't nobody want no Subway?
Bruh,
no, not a soul.
I don't understand why Subway is still in business when we found out that the tuna want the tuna, which we already knew the tuna wasn't tuna.
Because they like Mattress Firm.
Drug friend. Bro, Subway is one of the only fast food spots that you can find right across the street from each other.
Bro, first of all, how is Subway catch a stray, bro? Bro, I got another one for you, brother. We were a proper people when you could get a free soda from the soda top.
Listen.
Just crack that thing open and win.
And you look inside, you won a free 16-ounce soda.
Listen,
proper people.
We were proper people filled with delusion because you was trying to win the prize.
Yep. And realized you done bought up all these sodas for a free one when you done bought a case already.
Bro, we ain't had to download an app. We ain't had to enter a QR code. It was just, you want a free soda.
We were a proper people when the game Snake was pre-installed on your cell phone.
And that was the only pre-installed item.
And we were coding and didn't even know it when we were putting them ringtones in.
Mm-hmm.
Or on MySpace.
Bro, facts.
Super coding.
Super coding, bro. My last one, and I'll save the rest for another time, but we were a proper people when we knew what Girls Gone Wild was. And we knew those commercials. Because now girls are just gone wild and it's just...
At any time of the day.
At any time of the day.
We used to have defined periods of time.
Bruh, at least Girls Go Wild had a certain time and place.
When most people were supposed to be asleep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Girls were going wild.
Bruh.
Now...
The freaks don't come out at night no more. They come out in the day too.
No.
Oh man,
we were proper people, bro. We were proper people.
Something for next week. That's a good one, right
bro.
There, brother.
Hey, we got to make a weekly segment, bro. We got to remind the people. We know when you're so far away from, when you're so far removed from being proper, you tend to forget, man.
Yes, sir.
You tend to forget. But yeah, to man, your point, we don't need those refunds. Just keep it, bro.
Right.
We don't need that money. They probably don't know where the money is.
Well, it's got. Didn't he just transfer about? I know where $10 billion of that money is. It's with the
Board of Peace.
The Board of Peace.
Lord, the Board of Peace. Shout out to the Pope.
I was getting ready to go there.
Hey, listen. Pope said,
shout out to the Pope.
We gotta get folks saved first.
The
He
Pope
said it
gave
sit right in
two
my
great
spirit.
moments.
Nope.
First, the Pope said no to that. And then for J.D. Vance to fly over there, head to the Vatican and say, Mr. Pope, I know you're American. Here's a Bears jersey that says Pope. And we would love to have you join us on July 4th for our 250th birthday. And he said, nah, I'm going to go hang out with the immigrants.
Yep.
Bruh.
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Oh, we found the right Pope.
What's his
Shout
name
out to
again?
the Pope.
Leo?
Leo.
Yeah,
Pope Leo.
Pope Leo.
Pope Leo. Shout out Pope Leo, man.
For sure.
That's how you do it, brother. That's how you do it. But yeah,
Well,
man.
hold on, before we leave the board of peace, how you falling asleep in your own meeting?
Your own meeting. You called this meeting, and now you
called this
asleep.
meeting. and listen, this was not I just dozed off.
That was a good sleep.
It's the board of peace. What you mean?
Peace and quiet.
The peace that surpasses all understanding. He put him right to sleep.
He was over there.
It'd be no more peaceful than that. It'd be no more peaceful than that.
I was waiting for that mouth to drop, and he just started Drew.
Bruh, it was
they
on
catch
his way.
him on camera.
It was on his way. Trump just be taking naps, and I don't think he even like shies away when they ask him about it. Now he just like, hey, look, hey.
Hey, look, that one where they started clapping. He woke up. He was like, oh, okay, yeah, let me clap too.
Yep.
Man.
You could always tell when he get about to get in that good sleep because them shoulders sink in.
Yes, sir.
And the head droop a little bit.
The head droop, yes, sir.
He started to show you the top of that wig. It's over.
He started hit you with that shoulder lean.
Yep.
Let me see you bounce right to left.
Look, Trump ain't no small dude either. So when he hit that shoulder lean, that's a big move, bro.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, I got a feeling that this isn't going to be over for these tariffs, and we're going to be right back in the Supreme Court, and maybe the cowards of Congress will do something with this.
It's going to be interesting because, like, you already have companies who are suing the administration.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And like we told y'all on the pod, if you've been listening to us, the start of the administration, one of the things we said is lawyers are about to be paid in this administration. Yeah. And if the lawyers are getting paid, the lawsuits do not stop.
Facts.
Working overtime, bro. Working overtime. Well, yeah, man. That's our coverage of the Supreme Court's decision on Trump's tariffs. We'll see where this goes from here. But right now, we are at that point of our episode where we have reached the pickle of the week.
We got your pickle. We got your pickle. We got your pickle.
All right. Epstein Files Global Tour second stop.
And if you're wondering, right, if you're a longtime listener of the pod, you're like, wait a second, what's the second topic? Oh, we just thought this pickle was good enough. Pause.
Bro, I was about to say, yeah, bro. God.
Well, the second time this episode, listen now.
The red card.
Jesus.
Hey, we about to put
get him out of here.
Box.
Yep.
That's hot sticking.
Bro. Well, last week we talked to you guys and told you about how the Epstein Files was on a global on this world tour, and it made a stop to a gentleman in Norway and another gentleman that was over in the Middle East. Well, this week we're in the UK.
And it looks like this stop he might sit down and stay a while.
Oh yeah, they might have a couple of shows at this city. The prince formerly known as Andrew. Bro, you know how bad it got to be, brother. They take your prince title away, and this is the first time we ever known your full name. They're now referring to him as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Never knew that was your name.
Full government.
We just knew you as Prince Andrew. But they stripped him of his prince title, and he's just a regular man now. But he was stripped of his titles in 2025, which we all know. But he was arrested this past week on February the 19th on suspicion of misconduct in public office tied to his long-running ties with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. This marks an almost historic rupture in the British monarchy, being that he is still a part of the royal family. But he is, I believe, still eighth in line for.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Well, he was eighth in line.
Yeah, a lot
I know
of
they
people
were talking
got to
about
go
like
down.
legislation. Yeah, they were saying something about they're looking to have legislation where they're going to remove him entirely out of that. But they detained him on suspicion of misconduct for allegedly sharing confidential government information with Jeffrey Epstein while serving as the UK trade envoy. He was held for about 11 or 12 hours and then released under an investigation, meaning no charges yet, but the probe continues. Now, there were some pictures that came out of Andrew or Drew and wasn't too favorable. And they're looking into his dealings. And again, like I said last week, it's kind of funny to me how everybody else seems to be getting the piper when it comes to this Epstein stuff, all international, but we won't do anything here in America. Nobody has been brought in. I think once Hillary and Bill said that they would come and talk, but it need to be public. That has since died down.
Well, to pause there for a second, you notice how as soon as Hillary and Bill said, hey, let's do this out in a public space, you watch the tone of Trump talking about the Clintons dramatically change on a dime.
Oh, yeah.
What they're doing to Bill's wrong. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But if he's wrong, you don't mind going after your political enemies, and you hate the Clintons. Mighty funny how that tone changed now.
So here is my pumping of the brakes on old Drew in these charges.
Okay.
This isn't retribution. We've been known about Nasty Drew since 2015.
Mm-hmm. Big facts.
Jeezy, hit the fan. Hit it.
He a fan. He a fan. He a fan. He a fan. He a.
We've been known about him.
Wait, he was like one of the first ones, if I ain't mistaken.
One of the first ones, because the young lady who he did all the vow to,
yep,
she came out, and actually that's what was the catalyst for Epstein catching his first charges.
Yep,
the very first time, and rest her soul, because she ended up taking her life.
Yeah.
From the trauma that she dealt with.
Well, shout out to her sister and brother-in-law, because they
put out the memoir.
They continue
they've
to
been
fight.
very vocal to fight for her as well too.
Yeah, and so like when I heard this, I was like, "Oh, y'all trying to find a roundabout way to lock him up." But this is no retribution, man. And I stated on here before, we, with all respect to the survivors, the victims, much love and peace to them. And in no way is this to diminish what they deserve in retribution. But I'm sick and tired of the lip service surrounding this, where there's all bark, very little bite. Even with the resignations and the arrests on last week, it wasn't a direct correlation to actions taken against young girls. Not say individuals, young girls. And as a father of a daughter in her teenage years, albeit I'm almost out of her teenage years and I'm gonna cry. But like this,
I'm right there with you, brother.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, you definitely feel that pain with me, brother.
Yes, sir.
But it pisses me off, man, because y'all it's a bunch of lip service, and I'm over it. I am over it. I'm not over exposing these individuals. I'm over the talk and nothing happening behind the talk.
And even, and you're right, Chuck. You know, unfortunately, it's sad that the only way that it seems like justice will come to these individuals is by some side-handed type of arrangement. Because even in this, you know, he's arrested for his ties, but they're talking about sharing, you know, government information. not him getting, brought in to be probed about what he did in those Epstein files. Again, his life is still kind of going down the drain from where it was being at the status that he was, and so be it. It should, because he don't deserve it. But it's not in any way, shape, form, or fashion going to bring true justice to these individuals that have been impacted.
Yep.
But nonetheless, you in the pickle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that Brian boy.
And I think some of the interesting parts about this arrest that stood out for me is they didn't tell the palace that they were about to arrest him. They found out through the grapevine that they came and got Andy. He's gone.
Yeah, and King Charles did release a statement in regards to this, saying that they'll do everything they can to assist the police, but they had already washed their hands with them.
Oh yeah. He was already
and what's
done.
interesting, he's the first in the royal family to be arrested since the 1600s. Since and the last one, coincidentally, is Charles the First. But even back in 2015, and his Elizabeth tried to shield him, and protect him from this, and
she ain't here no more.
She ain't here to protect you, brother. And I think that's his nephew. Is it his nephew? Or I think Charles is his nephew. It's not his brother.
No, it's his brother.
It's his brother?
What is?
That's his brother, yeah.
I thought it was his nephew. I thought Charles was Andrew's nephew. And he was Elizabeth's brother.
Where's Google?
I'm American. I don't care.
Right. I'm about to say, do we really care?
But in that, it's still, they've essentially washed their hands, because at first, when the Epstein files dropped and everything, they kicked them out of the royal residence at Windsor Palace, and it was like, okay, you can't live in the castle. You just go live in the guest house now. The guest quarters, like you said, Jeezy. You've been inconvenienced. You haven't. You went from living in epic lap of luxury to, all right, now you're upper middle class living.
Yeah.
Prince, the prince formerly known as Andrew, is Charles's brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with their mess.
But yeah, man, he's in the pickle. Now, here's the question I have.
Charles know his brother's sick.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Everybody know that nasty one in their family.
Right. Everybody know that one. Hey, don't let him go to the bathroom. He said he got to go to the bathroom. All right, so everybody start.
Somebody be back there. Somebody be back there with them chair.
So yeah. Now the question I have is, how much does Andrew know? Is he getting ready to single on any of this? And then, if he is charged, obviously it'll be in the UK. Will U.S. prosecutors, and this is where I think it gets real interesting, if these crimes were committed against U.S. citizens, does the U.S. seek to try to extradite him over to the U.S. to put him on trial?
No. The
Department of John. People on trial.
The Department of John is not going to let that happen.
Bruh.
I'm just saying, it is an option. Stranger things have happened. Now, I believe you. I'm with you both that I don't think none of this will happen.
Nah.
And
but
also,
I think it's
don't
still
think
a
Andrew,
possibility.
And I also, now, when you ask, what does he know? If you're referring to the nastiness that went on, I think he knows a lot. He was number one fan. He was top tier fan.
But he was not the only fan.
He was not the only fan, but he was a top tier fan. So yes, and yeah, he was a frequent flyer of fanning.
Frequent.
Bro. That's a lot.
Double entendre. Don't even ask me how.
I was like, that was wild, bro. Yo, at any rate, you've been.
Oh, hold on. To Manny's question, if we had a DOJ that was not compromised, He
properly
very
functioning
well,
one.
yes, he very well could be because some of the interactions with Laura were in New York. So they were in New York, London, and Epstein Island. So if we had a properly functioning, uncorrupt DOJ, there are grounds to extradite.
I don't remember and I don't recall. Where is Epstein Island?
Well, I know he has one in the Caribbean.
I thought it was somewhere in the Caribbean.
Okay, I thought it was in the Caribbean, but couldn't remember, bruh. But anyway, Andrew, all of y'all need to be exposed and to be exposed for an answer to your crimes.
So here's the to answer your question. It's Little St. James Island, a private island in the U.S. Virgin Islands. So there you go again. That's two places of U.S. Or American land that would open the door for extradition.
Well, you don't have to go that far to go get them. You could just go to the White House and get that one first and start there, and then we made this real easy.
Save us.
Gotta worry about
save us on gas on jet fuel.
You just go right across the street and go pick that one up.
You can send them a Fetty. You ain't even gotta send them an Uber because there's a couple of them with them. Just get a Fetty, round them up.
Just come across that earpiece. Hey, can you just throw some cuffs on them real quick? We'll lead them out the back.
We'll be there to pick them up about 15, 20. But anyway, Drew, you're a fan, man. And you ain't a fan alone. But for this week and your arrest, that's what makes you pick a little week, brother. Excuse me, not brother. You ain't a brother of mine. You are not a brother nor a friend. As Black Dynamite would say. I would not consider you a brother nor a friend.
Nor a friend.
Well, to our listeners, we've reached the conclusion of our episode. You guys know at the end of our episode, we like to give you our spotlights of the week. So, my brother Manny, what's your spotlight for the week?
Man, well, I was walking in here with a spotlight on something, but something happened while we were on the pod, and we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
All right. The leader of the powerful Jalisco New Generation Cartel, Nemesio El Mencho. I'm not even going to try these last names. I'm not even going to try it. But he was killed Sunday following a military operation led by Mexico's military. So, El Mencho was a former police officer that led the cartel and became one of the most powerful and ruthless criminal organizations operating inside of Mexico. He was killed along with two other people. The U.S. had a bounty of $15 million on his head for information leading to his arrest. And he had already been charged by the U.S. Justice Department in 2022 for leading an effort to manufacture and distribute fentanyl for importation into the United States. So this is breaking news. We'll see how this progresses. And I find the timing of this very intriguing with everything around the cartels and our relationship with Mexico as it stands. Also, looking forward towards the World Cup and everything that's happening down there with crime. This is a very interesting development that's now happened. The State Department has come out and said that this is a great development for Mexico, the U.S., Latin America, and the world. So
that World Cup is going to be sticky.
Yeah.
Listen.
Very sticky.
This has been one of the most anticlimactic lead-ups to a World Cup in a long time.
Yes.
Like, the stuff that's going on in Massachusetts where they're saying, hey, if y'all don't cover this $7 million shortfall, we're not having no games up here.
Bruh.
What?
Foxborough ain't playing with these people.
But y'all asked to be put in the mix. It's not like y'all were forced to say, hey, y'all gonna hold our games here. Then I seen that New Jersey is not holding a fan fest. They canceled a fan fest that they were supposed to be doing for the World Cup and reallocating those funds to other this is Trump is screwing it up because a lot of people are not buying tickets or canceling because of the uncertainty with dealing with ICE and it's
The World Cup about to be so ghetto.
hold on. Slow down, brother. It might benefit us.
Uh-oh.
It may benefit us.
Hey,
Hey,
matter of fact,
y'all don't come.
yeah,
ICE is
yeah.
outside. These ticket prices gonna go down. Guess what? I'm walking to
And I'm
that
in there.
stadium.
With my vuvuzela.
Man, when the vuvuzelas was hot,
Bruh.
boy.
Oh my God.
me and Frank. So y'all heard the boys mention Frank before, our producer, and we used to be roommates, and we were going around our duplex with them vuvuzelas. Then we had the vuvuzela app.
Bruh. Going crazy.
Going crazy.
That World Cup was a great experience. I'm not even attending it, but just the watch of it. I think that's probably like the moment that I was like, okay, I really enjoy like the World Cup and the time around it.
Facts.
But yeah, who's next? Chuck, you got a spotlight, brother?
Yes, sir. Something that happened a few weeks ago, and I actually meant for it to be my spotlight previously, and in my advanced age, let it slip my mind. Trump RX. Trump RX is live.
Completely forgot about that being a thing. Yep.
Yes, sir. Trump RX is live and popping, or I would affectionately call it Obamacare 1.3.
Yep.
Like,
Bruh. Copy and paste.
Copy and paste a lot of things. And it was touted, and for those who don't remember, this is the time period where Trump came out and, was shaking hands and kissing babies of the big pharma companies and the deals that he made with them. And he spouted that I'm going to get you prices that's 600% and 700% lower than.
That's a wild number. A wild percentage. Wow.
But they got to have like
Super
a bingo machine. Like,
So
it's going to be 4,358.
So I buy medicine and you're gonna give me money back?
Yeah. And so, and this man went to business school, one of the best business schools in the world, and passed. I believe that. But anyway, so Trump RX is live and it's popping. And although it's touted to provide you the access to a bunch of drugs at a very reduced price, that's not completely the truth, as many things what Trump says. Of course, these discounts are far and few between. That's a good way to put it. That's a great way to put it. Half of the drugs on the site I say more than half of the drugs on the site have a much cheaper generic version that's available.
Oh, so these are just all formulatory brands I got up there.
Well, yeah. You can't use insurance. You have to pay out of pocket. So there's that. Essentially, they're making these big pharma companies extending the life of these drugs and allow them to continue to make profit off of them, because many of these drugs that's on the list have been out for an extended period of time, to the point where the exclusivity and protection and federal protections that these drugs have expired. So that's why you have generics for these drugs. However, the people who are drinking the Kool-Aid will think that they can go on this site and buy them, and you're getting the name brand, at a much cheaper price. Now, don't get it twisted. The deal that he has with Lilly and all the other companies, you can get a pretty good price, a reduced price on the GLP-1s. Some of the GLP-1s. Let's temper that compared to what you would pay out of pocket in general. And also, most insurance companies are not covering GLP-1s in their coverage. So yeah, you have that. However, don't be in need of, say, albuterol, something that many Americans need who suffer from asthma.
Asthma.
Nah, you're not getting a discount on that. Not a significant one. So for me, it's a and that's why I call it Obamacare 1.3. I don't even like using the term Obamacare, Affordable Care Act, because you just took what you seen before, you copied it, and you changed a couple of answers to make it look like it was your work. So it's plagiarism to a degree. But yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
Hey, man, he's trying to do
Concepts of
something.
a plan.
I'm sitting here looking at this website, and this is crazy.
Yeah, bro.
It's crazy.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. So yeah, don't get shammed. Do your research.
Please do, people. They got the Ozempic pens up there for y'all that want it. You know,
You can get that for a much better price. Generally, it's like $300.
Yeah, he got them up here starting at $199.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I said. Those GLP ones, because the deal was with Lilly.
Yeah,
Yep. That's their stuff.
So that's theirs.
Hey, if you experience our listeners, if you buy anything off of Trump RX, let the boys here at the pod know about your experience.
The funny part looking at this site is them taking the prices of GLP. For me, it says Gonal-F. I have no idea what that's for, but they're
Somebody
like, "Hey,
gonna get up here and order the wrong."
right? It's usually $14.49.
Yo.
In Canada, it's $3.55, but it's 93% off here in the U.S. and $2.52. Look at Canada. Right, what?
Yeah. And if you pull up, and how long that drug has been around?
Probably a hot minute.
Hot minute. So if Canada can offer it for $3, of course. Yeah, man. It's wild.
Well, as the website says, this is just the beginning. So, quite obvious, this is a concept that we're playing.
They're getting the concepts. Yeah, they're trying to do that transformation.
This is a step in the right direction, because before we hear about concepts of a plan and not see anything,
now we have
something.
concepts of plans and see something.
And we see something. We getting there after his second term. Going to the second year of his second term, we're finally starting to see at least something of a concept. But we'll see. Good luck. Somebody gonna get up here and order the wrong thing and get sick as a dog. Hey, for y'all fans, just so y'all know, don't go up here looking for that stuff that y'all be using, them pills y'all be popping. Them fans, delete. That stuff ain't up here. This for healthy folks that need the stuff they need, bro. Not for you to get. You go to the gas station to get them.
Not gas station pills.
Don't get up here on Trump RX trying to get them gas station pills. Bro, well, my spotlight, bro, is of course something dealing with Donald Trump. It was reported he posted on the 22nd of this past week on social media, saying that he was sending the U.S. hospital ship to Greenland, claiming to help people because apparently there are people in Greenland that are sick and can't get access to the health care that they need. Now, just so you know, Greenland has free health care. They have access to whatever they need. Healthcare is free in Greenland. So I don't know where he got this from. He framed it as a humanitarian gesture, and he credited Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry, who he's appointed the special envoy to Greenland, for the effort. Now, I think this is crazy that you send in this hospital boat for sick people in Greenland when they have free healthcare and access to whatever they need. And we're going to use, I'm assuming, taxpayer dollars to fuel this boat up to go send it all the way up to Greenland. And I would be weak. And I hope that we get coverage and pictures of this boat sitting off the coast of Greenland and ain't nobody going there to get no help.
Bruh, not a soul.
Well, you know good and well, them folks, if him talking about coming over there gives them nightmares.
Bruh.
Sending this boat.
That boat.
Terrifying.
I can't sleep at night. Hey, bro, them folks in Greenland go see that big old hospital boat pull up. Mind you, this boat ain't been used since COVID. Because when the pandemic was happening, I believe they sent us two of them. I think one of them, like the U.S.
The Comfort and the Mercy.
Yeah, okay, Comfort and Mercy. One of them were
like,
used.
That sounds like horses in a funeral,
bruh. But I do wonder which one he sent. Did he send? Is he sending
Mercy?
Comfort or Mercy?
No,
Mercy.
He definitely sent a Mercy. He definitely sent a Mercy.
Say
But
Mercy. Say Mercy.
The waste of doing this. When who told you? Who called from Greenland and said, "Hey, President Trump, we need help. We sick and we don't have access to Comfort. We don't have access to what we need."
Tariffs. You're gonna pay for it with the tariffs. You know.
Yeah, I mean, we
got
got more
money to
money.
blow.
We got money to blow,
And they still don't know which boat. So I'm checking. The Mercy is theoretically, because I have no idea where these boats are. They're saying is in Mobile, Alabama, and they don't know. It's not clear. According to maritimetraffic.com, the Mercy is in Alabama, and it is not clear where the Comfort is located.
How can you not know?
What you mean you don't know where it's at?
This big old and this is why the Pentagon
losing
cannot
stuff.
pass
Yep.
an audit.
Boat sitting somewhere at a dock. They don't even know who it. Boat been sitting there
owned
for
it?
3 years.
What they doing?
We don't know who it belonged to. Or if that boat was used during COVID, has it been sanitized and cleaned yet? For all we know, that boat might get over the Greenland. They open them doors and whatever's in there brewing, we got a whole nother pandemic crisis about to expose all the folks in Greenland.
COVID been in there working out.
Bruh, it's gonna be like that movie.
Come out grabbing people.
It's gonna be like that movie Outbreak with Morgan Freeman.
Bruh. Madness. Help us, Lord.
But yeah, that's my spotlight for the week. So Greenland, if you're listening, you see that boat coming, don't lose too much sleep. Trump ain't on it, but something else might be up there that might give you a problem. So stay away from it.
And you know what? Another point of synergy, just to let the listeners know, we do not discuss our spotlights. I had no idea that Jeezy was going to follow up with that health on health. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. What a time.
Bruh, we'll see what the next week holds. So to our listeners, this is the conclusion of our episode. We thank you for tuning in and listening to us in our coverage of what's going on. And there's many, many other topics that we could have talked about, but at this point, it's too much to talk about. That if we did, we'd be spending hours upon hours just giving you our thoughts on it. And yeah, we ain't gonna do that. I mean, for the sake of sanity, we won't do it.
I have a suggestion, though.
Uh-oh.
If anybody wants to pay us, spend hours on hours to discuss this, I promise you, we will carve out the time in our day.
We will find the time to make it happen.
I promise you, I will. If you, at the rate at whatever your pocket can afford, we will do it. We will do it with gladness.
With gladness in the heart, yes, sir.
But before we go out, G's, I want to remind everyone that this week the State of the Union is happening.
Yes, sir.
So,
it's gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah, we'll see. There's a lot to
I hope you get
that could be said.
Well,
it's gonna get nasty.
And that's where I am most interested, because there's so many things to be interested in. I am most interested in how he's going to direct his vitriol toward the justices of the Supreme Court. Because, they normally sit close up front.
Sit right front.
Yeah.
Right next to the Joint Chiefs.
Don't you remember the
staff.
last time that he had a State of Union? He kind of like gave a little bit of side eye to Amy at that moment, because he had some feelings towards her then. But
he's about to be big mad.
Hey, it's gonna be a lot going on, bro.
A whole lot.
You think he gonna go ahead and send that strike right before he do it?
Would be wild, but I won't rule it out. Would be wild.
Iran, you on the clock?
Yeah. And as you can tell, listeners, at the time of this recording, we have not struck Iran, so something could still happen between us hitting end and releasing. So that is where we are. But also, it's the last recording of Black History Month. And brothers,
Bro.
I'd like to wish you all a happy Black History Month, a happy Black History Year, and a happy Black History Century.
Bro.
Black 365.
We didn't even get to talk about Trump and his whole Black History thing, and he got that whoever auntie up there to talk like a fool, as my grandma would say. A fool.
Oh my Lord. I'm glad we ain't talking about that. Because
I'm glad too, bro.
I don't want to contribute to the tearing down of another Black individual where she need to be tripped or something.
I mean,
you know that I love what girl go sit down.
Sometimes we need to tear down our own people, bro.
Hey, you can only renovate your house by tearing something up.
That's the only way, bro. Sometimes instead of just keep painting over, just tear the wall down and just do the whole, just get rid of it.
Redo it.
Bro.
Man.
And I will say this in closing, that while it is the conclusion of Black History Month, I want to say this to my brothers that are out there. If you are not a truck driver, please stop wearing them offensive coordinator headsets. I was out taking care of business this past weekend, and I seen a number of my Black uncles out here with them offensive coordinator headsets on.
Bro, the big chunks like that.
And walking around just having a full-fledged conversation. I go out in the parking lot, ain't no 18-wheeler, ain't no dumpster, bro, y'all got to stop. If I was president, I would ban the use of them ridiculous headsets unless you are operating a 53-foot trailer with a reefer unit attached to it. But if you come out of a Honda, if you come out of I don't care if you got a big body like a Buick, a town car, you have no business.
Lincoln Town and Country.
Sitting here trying to send your quarterback to play while you sitting here walking around Walmart. I'm sick of it, bro.
Oh, man.
That's my gripe at the end of Black History Month. My brothers, please stop wearing them headsets. Please stop. There's a number of things that I can go into, but I'm gonna leave Black History Month on that. We got to leave the headsets back.
Leave, Lord help us. Help us all.
We were proper people, bro. We were proper people, bro. When the only thing acceptable was just that little Bluetooth, bro.
No, they got ridiculous with that too.
Well, they only got ridiculous with that after we kept using them after we had moved past that moment. Bro, we ain't wearing them no more.
with that little blue flashing light. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. Brother, don't even get me started. To our listeners, we hope this episode finds you in the best place possible. And if not, just know that if don't nobody love you, the boys here at the podcast, we love you dearly. So we thank you for tuning in. We thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode. Take care.
Holla.